Hello, everyone, and welcome to the conclusion of DSP versus the Internet, episode 67. We have seen a crazy variety of videos this week. In the final part, I'm sure will be no exception. These are the final videos that we're going to be watching for the submissions tier. So again, if you like this show or if you want to be a part of it, a lot of people say, oh, I wish there were better clips. Become a member today. Ultra members are guaranteed to be watched. And submission tier, as you can see, everyone has an equal chance to be watched. All right? All right, let's do it. Final videos for the week. Here we go.
What would you do if you met your bias? Whatever your answer is, this video will show you what not to do when meeting an idol. I'll be going in.
I don't even know what that means. What would you do if you meet your bias? I don't know what that means at all. All right. K-pop idols versus rude fans. Almost 7 million views on this video.
Order of examples of things not to do rather than groups. I also want to
Hitting
apologize in
idols?
advance for
Well,
my
yeah, you don't
voice.
strike
I'm
them.
Not feeling very well, so there's a high chance that my voice will be off throughout the video. First on the
Hitting?
list is the
Just
time
punching
Nicki
them?
Minaj got slapped in the face by a fan.
What?
Yes, a fan, and her reason for doing this was so he can have something to remember her by.
안 보인다고.
I can't see it. This is the worst thing ever. I can't see it. I couldn't see it. Quality's terrible.
Then we have the example of fans throwing objects on stage and oftentimes hitting idols whether it was a mistake or not.
I can't see what's going on. What the? This is awful. I can't see any of it. They have no better footage of any of this happening. This is terrible video. It got 7 million views. You can't even see anything. What the fuck? So someone threw their phone? What an asshole. What the fuck? Yo, why'd you do that? What a dickhead. Why are you throwing stuff at them for? Oh my god. Yo, come on. That looked like it hurt, man. What the fuck? Yo, he might be busted open. Why would you do that?
Oh, here's the time a fan straight up
What pieces of shit these people are? I'm going to your concert. I'm going to throw my phone and break your teeth. What the fuck,
grabbed
man?
Donu's leg on stage.
No, you can't do that.
Samuel had.
Why were they allowed to stay? They should get thrown the fuck out. You touch the fucking star, you get the fuck out. And then arrest them. Right? What the fuck is that?
An interview with Music Bank just as NCT arrived and NCT fans pushed past Samuel to take photos of NCT.
네, 알겠, 네, 네.
He works
네,
here in the
괜찮습니다.
music bank. 영어로도 이제 한마디 쳐.
네. everyone, my name is Samuel, and
What the fuck? Look at this.
and,
These assholes.
Very happy to be back. 아이고, 네. 그래서 오늘 네 안녕하세요. 네.
What a bunch of
뮤직
fucking
뱅크
animal
뮤직
dicks.
뱅크 오랜만에 온 사람입니다.
Look at this. They're going under the fucking thing. What the hell? So those people were not supposed to be there. They basically jumped the barrier. They went under or jumped the barrier and went, wow. Is there no law enforcement? Like, where are they? Why are these people not being arrested immediately? Right? Just fucking arrest them. Throw them right in jail, see how they fucking behave next time.
This doesn't come as a surprise, but fans also fight each other. Here's two fans fighting in front of Cosmic Girls.
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
Speaking
What
of
was the
Cosmic
point of
Girls,
that?
their company actually has a ban on fans who break the no gift in person policy. This was announced after fans started to run up to Cosmic Girls' vehicle and shove gifts in their face.
Oh my god. Yeah, they start handing them bags and shit. Here, take all this. This is just fucking, it's bizarre, man. This whole celebrity culture shit is so fucking weird. You know, and of course, keep in mind in these countries like in South Korea, in Japan, it's idol culture. This is a whole part of their culture. In South Korea, the idol culture is the second most profitable. The first is Samsung, and then it's idol culture. It's like, what the fuck? This is weird, just very bizarre, like, worship of people. I just don't get it. And you guys know that because I've commented on K-pop stuff. I just don't understand it. It's fucking really weird. What do you not have fulfilling in your own life? That your entirety of your life is worshiping these people who are singing and dancing on a stage? Like, what the fuck, man? All right, let's go to the next video.
Have you ever wondered why choppy animation sometimes feels better? Some of you out there are going to immediately disagree, but think of it this way. Animation is not as simple as the frame rate of a video game. Your average video game is usually between 24 frames a second and 60 frames a second, but games will usually try to keep it consistent. If the game is optimized, it's always going to try and be 24 FPS, 30 FPS, 60 FPS, whatever. It stays a consistent, solid number of frames per second. But animation changes frame rate all the time without you noticing. On average, animation tends to be at a maximum of 24 frames a second, but it's rare for animation to even be at 24 frames a second the whole time. Usually it'll be half of that at 12 frames a second, and even drop down to 8 FPS or even 6 FPS. This is referred to as animating on 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, which is referring to how many frames the drawing is held for.
And we just learned that, what was it, last week? How animators try to be creative and artistic by changing those, and it's messed up when you have these AIs remastering everything in like full 60 frames and it ruins the artistic integrity.
Take a look at this scene from Cowboy Bebop. Nobody would call a fight like this choppy, but while most of the fight is on 2s, or 12 frames a second, there are moments where the animation is at a mere 8 frames a second or on 3s. Here's 2 frames from that fight. Look at how huge the jump is between them. These 2 drawings are held on 3s, at 8 frames a second. You can see it in the background, which is still moving at 24 frames a second. Holding these drawings for just a frame longer on 3s makes them more impactful and more readable compared to the rest of the shot, which is animated on 2s. The huge jump between these 2 frames wasn't an accident, and neither is the fact that they're held on for just a frame longer than every other frame. It's to make sure you feel those frames in the moment and feel what happens between those 2 frames. When it comes to animation, it's often more important what happens between frames more so than what's happening in a single frame. Because all that matters is how the animation feels as a whole, not what it looks like frame by frame. And sometimes what makes the animation feel better is holding on certain frames. Think about it this way. Imagine an arrow hitting a bullseye. How many frames do you think that takes? 3 frames? 2? What about 0? Nothing's there, and then it suddenly appears, with the tail vibrating into place. To me, this feels far more impactful than animating the frames in between. Because at the end of the day, animation itself is an illusion. Nothing is actually moving, it's your brain inserting the movement between those 2 frames.
That's neat.
So the lack of anything between those 2 frames results in a far greater impact, with your brain filling in all emotion.
Sure.
Now, this isn't some hard and fast rule. American animation tends to animate fast movements on 1s, using smears and multiples for cartoony effect, while Japanese animation will focus more on the after effects of the action, putting emphasis on what's not there in a single frame, or what comes after. Both styles can be executed well, but what you prefer is ultimately up to you. Personally, I find the quote-unquote choppy animation far more satisfying, and I think when it's done well, people prefer it that way. I know I literally just...
By the way, have you never heard of it? Princess Mononoke, great movie. All those, is it Miyazaki? All those movies, Studio Ghibli, all the Studio Ghibli movies are super duper good, well animated, unique stories, artistic, sometimes make you cry and feel. They're really good movies. I recommend that you watch them. I love them.
Just said that what you prefer is up to you, but hear me out for a second. Before the 2000s, animation made for TV limited the amount of frames drawn as an economical decision. Studios only have so much time, labor, and materials for hundreds of hours of animation. So every frame mattered, and they emphasized the impact of an action over the action itself. That's why you get these flashes of white in Dragon Ball Z. Having them there for just a frame makes the impact feel way tougher.
Right.
But over time, those economical decisions shifted as new technology made animation more convenient. After the 2000s, TV animation slowly began to focus on 2D puppet animation, or what a lot of people would know as flash animation, where all those in-between frames ended up being filled in by interpolation, and animation was often at a full 24 frames a second. But 2D puppet animation can be executed just as well as the more limited, choppier animation of the 90s. And using interpolation to your advantage and having every frame animated can be just as strong as a stylistic choice as hand animating on 2s and 3s. Obviously, I'm a fan of the style, hence why Doodly is animated this way. But what fascinates me is the recent trend we've been seeing that mixes the two together. Digital animation that can interpolate, but animators choose to limit the animation to 2s and 3s for that impact we were talking about earlier. And I think this style is
I had no idea the Ninja Turtle movie was done in that style. I didn't know that at all.
fantastic. In my opinion, if you were wondering why the frame rate drops in Puss in Boots 2 look so good, this is why. And it works so unbelievably well that I think this is just where digital animation in general is going. And I kind of love it. When I said earlier that people prefer it this way, it's that I think people want to see an artist's decisions like this. When an animator is holding on a frame like this, they want you to feel it. You don't get that from fully interpolated digital animation. And that decision making, deliberately choosing what frames to hold on and for how long, is exactly the kind of reasons why people love classic 2D animation.
I get it. That's cool. So basically what he's saying is, by lowering the frame rate and not doing full high frame rate, like 60 frames, you focus more on the individual frame. You see more detail in the animation because it froze on those frames, and then it's more memorable. As opposed to if everything's just constantly moving at full frame rate, you're not going to remember those certain frames. You know what? I'll be honest, he's right. Think about a fighting game, right? Think about like Street Fighter 6. Like, what are the frames that you remember the most? Like, I'm thinking of Zangief. What frame do I remember the most? Zangief, his neutral pose, his down roundhouse where he literally freezes in place after the roundhouse for several seconds, his charge punch where he goes back and then boom, and the arm sticks out and stays in that position for a while. Those are the things that stand out in my mind as Zangief's attacks, right? Now, he has insane amounts of other attacks, but those are the ones that are like synonymous with Zangief in my head because that's what I see. Right, spinning pile driver. He grabs you, he spins, he lands, and he holds you in place in the pile driver position for several seconds. It's freezing on those frames to emphasize, and because of that, that's what resonates in your memory. Yeah, that's neat. I'm learning about animation slowly but surely in these clips. This is excellent. I didn't know about any of this stuff previously. The 1s, 2s, 3s, and how you can freeze on those. That's cool. This is neat stuff. And again, this is what AI might fucking not understand. We say, oh, we're going to use AI to do all this shit. You know, I will say this, because I don't know if there's any other videos about AI this week. I saw something very interesting, a social media post, okay? And it went viral, of course. There's a woman posting up, and she says, you know what I want AI to do? I want AI to wash my clothes, you know, mop the floor, and wash my dishes. So I have more time to do things that I like to do, like create music or paint art. I don't want AI to create music and paint art so that I have more time to wash my clothes, mop my floors, and wash my dishes. Why do we have AI doing the creative things that we love to do as humans? Are we that stupid? And the answer is, yeah, we are. We're stupid. Why are we having AI do the things that we're good at and that are uniquely human? It doesn't make sense. Have them do the menial, tedious shit that we don't want to do so we can focus on the more important things. I don't understand why AI is going the other direction, right? Doesn't make sense. And again, this is the problem when technology moves ahead too fast, is that there's no one to check and balance what it's being used for. Okay.
Greetings, and today on LGR we have this debatably enjoyable, new to me old computer that
I know about this
justifiably excited to have. The eMachines eTower 566 IR from the year 2000.
Yep.
One with the infamous...
The reason I know about this is because, guess what? In the year 2000, I was working at the mall, and I knew all about this computer that said it. It did look, this computer is never obsolete.
Never obsolete sticker emblazoned on the front of the case, looking like some kind of scam. Isn't it great? I think it's great in an admirably awful way, which we'll get to, but first, where this came from. I picked this up recently while I was exhibiting at the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest show in Illinois. And between all the Apple leases, SGI workstations, Amigas, terminals, rare imported machines, and so on, there was this. That's just talking to folks like, yeah, there's an incredible Twiggy Apple Lisa over there, but have you seen that complete year 2000's eMachines eTower with all the original stickers? I don't know, I've been looking for a complete setup like this for years, so this was my one computer purchase at the whole show, go figure. I'll have a full video about VCF Midwest in the future, but for now I feel like unwinding with some
remember that. I remember that demo. They used to run that on all the eMachines to show off the graphical performance of the graphics card. And it was funny because it would run on low-end eMachines, it would be choppy as fuck, and then it would run on the better eMachines, it would be smooth. But I totally remember that graphics demo that would run on them in the store.
Silliness. Yeah, I quite like these things, not so much for the machine's capabilities, but more the context in which the system existed.
Right.
They're precisely the type of budget computer that was endlessly present growing up, with several friends and relatives grabbing an E-Machine's tower as their first computer in the late 90s, early 2000s.
And they were all that piece of shit Celeron processor. None of them had like a good Pentium or anything. They were all Celeron. Celeron was so bad. It was the economy processor. If all you want to do is just go on the internet and do like Word documents and shit, that's Celeron. Like, you don't want Celeron for anything else. It doesn't do anything else.
And with good reason. The eTower 566 series was often available at retail for the cost of $0. That's right, nothing. For a handful of years around the turn of the millennium, you could wander into your big box retailer of choice and walk out with a complete brand new Windows 98 or XP computer system without paying a dime. From a certain point of view.
Right.
The catch was you'd pay the total cost up front, usually between $500 and $600, and then you'd have 3 or 4 mail-in rebates to take care of.
They actually got away with that advertising. They deemed it illegal. So they could no longer have ads like that said free. So even though that has an asterisk and you're supposed to read it and it says rebate offers or whatever. No, you actually, you basically have to still say you can't be free. Because that's deceptive advertising. So the catch is, and see the catch, you still have to pay the sales tax anyway. So if you live in a state with high sales tax, like let's say Washington State today is like, I think 10, 11%. So you'd pay $475 plus sales tax, which would be what, another 40, 50 bucks, and you wouldn't get your sales tax back. So that would have to be paid. And then what happens is you have to mail in all these rebates, and sometimes it would take months to get that back. So
one from the store themselves, one from E-Machines, and another,
Best Buy.
the largest one, from a dial-up internet service provider. And often that meant committing to a couple years of service.
That was the catch too. Some of them said you can only get $400 back if you commit to a contract to use a dial-up internet service for several years, and each month was $20. So think about that. You're gonna get $400 back, but you're stuck using $20 a month for 3 years, so you just paid $360 anyway. You're stuck doing that. So did you really get the money back? Not really. And in a lot of cases, keep in mind, early 2000s, internet was advancing, and a lot of people were already getting away from dial-up internet and were trying to get cable modems and stuff, and you were committing to this shitty-ass dial-up internet for several years to get the money back, so it really was a scam.
At $20 a month or whatever, after which you'd hopefully get all your money back through checks in the mail over the coming months. Minus local taxes, of course.
Scam. E-Machines, eTowers rip-off rebate scam. In summary, the rebates are worthless. I'm really starting to think the computers may be a fraudulent rip-off business. They said they had never received them. We were told to return to the store. We did and got nothing. It's been 3 years. None of us will get our money back. Wow.
Why go with a $2,000 Sony Vaio or a $1,000 compact Presario? E-Machines was the dominant choice for many if you were seeking a full internet-capable PC on a budget.
Yep.
Granted, you'd be stuck with a specific dial-up service for a couple of years.
Free asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
At minimum, but hey, free computer. If you were already going to sign up with an ISP regardless, it might just make sense. And of course, there was the...
Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. All right, sorry about that. I sneezed. Here we go.
Of being never obsolete. An absurd sticker that seemed like some kind of sick joke to anyone who knew anything about computers back then. Of course, this was nothing more than a marketing tactic, advertising the E-Machines network plan, which for $19.99 a month included both MCI dial-up internet and an upgrade path to a new PC every 2 years. I've talked about all this and the company's history before on LGR, but the gist is that E-Machines tactics worked well, becoming North America's 4th largest PC brand behind Compaq, HP, and IBM.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever though, we've got a fine example of an E-Tower on the table, so let's talk about it.
All right, honestly, I'm not really too interested in the hardware or anything. Always more interested in the scam, because that's what I have experience with. So, okay, we have time for 1 or 2 more videos. Let's see what we got.
All right, about to quit my job at Sears in The most creative way I've ever quit a job. If I only ever quit a job in the sense that I was moving or that I found another job, but working here at Sears, I just got treated like shit all the time. And in this case, I have found another job, and so I'm gonna leave this job with a little something for them to remember me.
Oh God, what's he gonna do? What is he gonna do?
Attention Sears managers, Kevin, Don, and Zachary. I quit. I'm done. I just can't take it anymore. Your lack of hours and pay are making me poor. I'm about to walk right out that door, but not before I heely all over the floor. That's right. That's me, Ryan. Signing off for Sears. I'm gone. Peace out, y'all. That felt so good.
Are you out? You're out.
I can take this off.
You're done.
I'm done. Thank you.
It's got 11 million views. There's no one in the store. You know, no one even cares. No one reacted. You want to know why? Because it's Sears. 7 years ago, there actually was a Sears to quit. Now there's only like 3 Sears stores left, and one of them is at our local mall. Nobody cares. This Sears has been on the downward trend for the last decade, and now they're almost out of business. They already declared bankruptcy and everything. So, yeah, I mean, take a look. He's walking out of the store. No one's in. No one even cared. No one heard it. Look, there's no reaction.
Is Dawn over here? Where's Dawn?
I think she's on lunch.
No. Where's Zachary? Are you fucking kidding me?
They all see. Only the other employees who are normal employees like him heard it. Everyone else isn't even there. No one cares.
Well. I'm out. Should I clock off now? Should I clock out?
Before I fire you, yes.
Oh, I'm already quit. I'm done. Did you just hear that?
Leave the store. No.
Okay, all right. Peace.
You're not welcome in Sears anymore.
Dang it! That's okay.
Wow, that guy was very intimidating. He really scared
I mean, what
me.
can you expect with 0 and 4 hours? I mean, I worked 8 hours the last month. How do you expect me to pay bills with working 8 hours in a month? What is that, honestly?
What are you doing?
I'm quitting, but with passion.
Are you recording this?
Oh, absolutely. Come on. This is
Unprofessional.
This is
maybe
unprofessional.
a little bit, but in a prankster way that I am, I gotta. Did you not hear everyone laugh? Everyone got a kick out of that, even Hunter. Come on. He didn't want to get fired. It's okay. Even you got a little kick out of it. You're just, I mean, I feel it. I understand.
Oh my God. He's like, this guy's like,
But I mean, come on. Like, honestly, my schedule for this week was 4 hours. Today, 4:30 to 8:30.
Your hours
That's
are
$40 a week. That's $40 in 2 weeks. Sorry.
Your hours
$40 in
based
2 weeks.
on your performance.
Okay, my performance here is amazing. I'm like one of the best employees any employer can look for. You can ask the employer who just sought me out to and hired me.
Okay, you can go work for them.
I'm going to, and I cannot wait. It's a job that I'm out. It's a job that I actually will enjoy and not get bitched at for wearing shoes. Y'all are ridiculous.
It's a safety concern.
It's a whack square rule.
All right, this is boring. I thought it was going to be more exciting than that.
Can you tell me another?
Oh my
duck
God, the
story?
duck song continued. 79 million views 15 years ago with the duck song. Wow. The duck song. We're going to see the duck song to end this.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. A duck walked up to a lemonade stand. Bum, 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 he said to the man who was running the stand. Bum, 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 hey, bum, 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 follow me.
Oh, that's different.
The man said, look who's back again. Can't you go bug some feathered friends? I'm staying right here. The duck said, tear. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, 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 till the very next day.
I wonder how many of these he
When
made.
the duck walked up to the lemonade stand. Ba, 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 he said to the man who was running the stand. Ba, 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 hey, bum, 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 follow me. The man said, look, duck, there's no way. You could ask me the whole day. I refuse. The duck said, you lose. Then he waddled away.
You lose. What he says? You lose?
Then he waddled
Okay.
away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, 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 till the very next day.
So what? Why does the duck want the guy to follow him? Oh my God.
When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand. Ba, 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 he said to the man who was running the stands. Ba, 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 hey, bum, 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 follow me. The man said, all right, duck, you win. If I say no, you'll just come back again, so lead the way. The duck said, okay. So the duck led the man to the corner store. Ba, 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 and then they stop outside the door. Ba, ba, ba. The duck said, go ask the woman if you can use her duct tape for a minute or two. Duct tape? What for? The duck said, there's the door. So the man walked in.
He's gonna do
and
it.
The woman said hi, and suddenly he felt a little bit shy. He walked up slowly, then spoke at last. You seem nice. Could I use your duct tape real fast? She said, I really like this duct tape. It stops annoying ducks from asking for grapes. She said with a smile, but you can use it a while. The man said, thanks. You seem nice. The woman laughed. You've said that twice. You seem nice too. The man said, so do you. Then the man left the store with a pretty big grin, and the duck said, stay here while I go in.
He's gonna go ask for grapes. He's gonna go ask for grapes. That's great.
Then the duck walked into the corner store. Ba, 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 he said to the woman who was running the store.
That's your face.
Ba, ba, ba,
The frown.
hey, bum, 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 got any duct tape?
Oh.
The woman said, oh no, it's you. You planned all this. Could be true. By the way.
Yep.
One more question for you.
Yep.
Got any grapes? Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, 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 till the very next diddy, diddy, did. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle.
Wow.
Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, 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 till the very next diddy, did, diddy, did. Then he waddled away.
79 million views. I wonder if that was like the end of the arc, because that's 3 of them, right? The first one he bothered the guy, but then the guy was nice to him at the end. The second one he bothered the girl, and she had the duct tape. So in this one, he fooled the girl into giving the duct tape away. I wonder how many there are. We saw the Christmas one too, right? There was a Christmas one. I definitely missed out on a lot of different memes over the years that were popular. That was when I didn't know anything about these until you had me watch this on the show. So pretty cool. All right, well, guys, that's all we have time for. I will say this. We almost got through every clip this week. In fact, if you take a look, we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips we didn't get to. So pretty close. And again, if you're wondering, gee, what are the chances that I'll get my video watched if I become a member? Incredibly high, right? We almost got to every single video this week. So just saying, if you like this show, please become a member. If you say, oh, I don't like the clips on this show, you can submit the clips. Please become a member today. We almost got them all done, all right? And by the way, I will say this. Whoever submitted this video, I didn't get to it. I'm very curious about this because I saw the documentary Super Size Me back in the 2000s, okay? And I've talked about it in my content and in my shows over the years. Now, I know this guy, Morgan Spurlock, went on to do other documentaries. I don't know how well they did, but he recently passed away. And this video, I think, outlines that, like what happened since Super Size Me and what happened to him. I would like to watch that video, so I would ask if you could resubmit that video. I would appreciate that. You don't have to, okay? But if you would like to, this is actually one that fascinates me, but it just so happens by random luck, sadly, we did not get to this, okay? So, anyway, thank you guys very much for a great week. Thank you for the support. Thanks for the chill vibes and the interaction in the chat. I really, really appreciate that, okay? And one quick thing. If you do become a member, I would ask be a little careful. Some people have been submitting clips that are either flagged as adults only or just for kids. And I know it sounds stupid. Both of those clips I can't watch on the stream. Why? They get flagged. And then the stream will actually get taken down. And I know that's stupid, but they do. So please be careful when you're submitting clips. Someone had actually inadvertently submitted a clip this week that was just for kids. I can't even add that clip to my playlist to watch today. That's how YouTube works, okay? So thank you all. Great stuff. Great show. Next week's same time, same place. No. Here's the deal. Next week, I will not be doing this show on Sunday. You might say, wait a minute, what? Next week is the Xbox Digital Direct event taking place in the afternoon, the same time that I usually broadcast this show. So I do have to stagger the show by a day. So next week's DSP versus the Internet episode 68 will be on Monday to make up for the fact that I'll be live reacting to the Xbox event. By the way, if you like this channel, 2 live reacts coming this week. I'm going to react to both Summer Game Fest and the Xbox Digital event. Plus, I'll be doing recap reaction videos on this channel as well of those. So extra content this week, not just this show on the channel this week. Hopefully you'll check that stuff out later in the week. Okay, everybody? All right. Thank you all. I really appreciate you all hanging out with me here, and I will see you all next week for the show. Peace out.